Good evening and welcome to Benvoy on the Copper Coast in County Waterford. Good evening folks, and you're very welcome to Benvoy. A lovely evening here in the summer, and it's one of my favourite times to come here because we're getting an awful lot of action across the rocks that are here. The rocks are very beautiful. There's a lovely sheen to them. The sun is probably about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from sunset, and it's giving a lovely reflection across the actual rocks. Probably a little strong at the moment, but in the next half hour, 3/4 of an hour, it'll be just spot on right for shooting. I think it's best shooting when the tide is in. When the tide goes out, and I'll show you a clip now, an awful lot of rocks, an awful lot of black seaweed stuck to those rocks, not very attractive. Even looking at that scene now, really it's not very active. It's quiet, a summer quiet really. In winter it gets really strong. I've had a few mishaps with regards to Benvoy. Benvoy and I, maybe not the best of friends. Unfortunately, about this time last year, I had a camera very close to the rocks below. Very calm day, way calmer than here, but unfortunately the tripod gave as I was standing by it and straight into the water. Lost camera and tripod and a super lens. Moving right along, this is my third time trying to vlog this, and went home and found, one, that the sound wasn't after working, and two, another time I still can't find the photographs and what I did with them or where they've gone. So look, let's hope, touch wood, fingers crossed, that I get there today. We've had a brilliant spell of weather. Normally this should be packed with sunbathers, but because the tide is in, obviously there's no beach for them to go to. As the sun will be going down, and I'll show you a shot in a while now, we're hoping to try and get a lot of the rocks on the left hand side, the eastern side of Benvoy. They get very red. There's an orange hue to them, and they get very red as that sun is low in the sky. And it makes for great photography as a background. Foreground with the rocks here, mid-ground, maybe waves crashing, whatever it be. So look, hopefully we'll get some shots here tonight. I'm going to supplement them with other times that I was down here in the last 6 months, and shots that I've taken for the last 2 or 3, no, wrong, what am I talking about, 6 or 7 years coming down shooting at Benvoy. Let's hope we have a good evening. Okay guys, I've positioned the camera, as you can see here, on the tripod in the sand. I have the flip-flops to handle the water. I have it down low so that I can get the action, not up high. I'm particularly looking for the wave action as it's sweeping out, and around this rock is my foreground, trying to avoid the wall there with the steps coming down. Wowzer! There we go, the joys of photography. I may have to move out of here because I'm just a little bit concerned, not about myself, but about the camera. I have it in f13 at half a second to get some wave action. There's plenty of power in the waves and movement in the waves to give me that action. I particularly, as I said, like it when it's going out. What I'm using is the cliffsides as my background. Later might even get better because it'll start getting oranger as the sun goes down. Whoa! It's always the rogue wave that'll catch you. I have it in at about maybe 24 millimeters. If I go to 35, I'm in too close. I also want to keep those as my background, as I said. I want to try and keep the camera level and secure. At the moment, because the sun is so high, I'm facing in this direction. When the sun goes down lower, I'll swap around and face in the other direction. On top of that too, in the winter time, as the sun is dropping down over Dunnabratton Head, what I will be doing normally is facing this way, as in, let's say, facing west, shooting into that sun. And I'll show you some shots in the minute doing that. I much prefer the area around here, the rocks. There's a fantastic sheen on the rocks. There's always great action around here, and the bit of sand adds to it as well. There is blacker sand over, and other vloggers have vlogged over that particular section. I find that the actual, I find that the sea stacks over there are very high, and they tend to dominate, just like the western section of Ballydowan. They tend to dominate the actual frame. Very hard to get a good shot over there. Normally the best shots in Benvoy are taken probably around here with these in the background. As the tide goes out, I'll push further over there and see if we can incorporate any action that's happening over there with the sides of the cliffs and these particular islands out here. Now, I've been shooting in portrait all the time. I'm now going to shoot in landscape. Always vary it, always change your position, and also change your length of exposure. I do hope you can hear me because the sound here is phenomenal with the waves. Okay lads, once again I'm chasing the light As you can see, the light is dropping down over the cliffs at the back of Benvoy, and so it's moving steadily but surely along the cliff sides here. I've come to this particular rock to use it as foreground. I have moved further east to the left hand side as you arrive down on the beach. There are people over further. I don't really want to go over taking photographs and videoing in that particular vicinity as there are children involved, but I'm happy enough here. I don't want to go too far because I do want to get the curve of the beach along with the rock, along with the light, and along with the islands. So without further ado, I'm going to move on. Later, you can see, I don't know whether you can see it or not, but at the top of the cliffs there are two people. And my next shots will be from there. I'll be mentioning something about having a jumper on. That was from a deleted video, so not to worry about that. But that's where my next shot will be later. For the minute, I'm going to try and get some action shots here. I'll have to move because the sun is going and the tide is moving out. Talk to you in a while. Well lads, I've moved to a different location now. What I've done really is I've parked up down by Anstown and I've walked the cliff. I wouldn't call it a pathway, a walkway I would say. One needs to be careful, but it is very walkable. And I've come over here to a ferocious height, looking down on Benvoy Beach itself. I did go over to Benvoy. It's been just a beautiful evening. I was hoping to get some great reflections off of the cliff sides here to add to my earlier work. Having said that, tide is out, loads of kids and families down below on that beach, and that's one of the reasons I didn't want to be bringing a camera down there or a video camera, because I just felt it might be, well, maybe inappropriate and not the right place. It's a pity because it's such beautiful weather. The one thing I would say is Benvoy is one of these beaches that really does need to have the tide in somewhat in it. What I'm hoping to get up here is the sun just dropping down over the Coomera Mountains and having the beach below me. I'll need to probably double exposure there. Exposure for the beach because it'll be quite dark when the sun goes down, and another exposure then for the actual sky. Okay folks, that's nearly it from Benvoy Beach, Copper Coast vlog number 4. I still have some shots that I'm going to show you in a minute that I took at different vantage points along the beach at different times of the year, so don't go away. If you like what you saw, please give me a like, it really helps develop the channel. If it's your first time on the channel, then please subscribe and join me for future vlogs. I have 2 projects that I'm undertaking at the moment that I'll be bringing to you in the next few months. I think they're exciting and I think you'll enjoy them. Thank you very much for tuning in, really appreciate it. Till the next time, take care. Talk to you soon.